22 years after first being brought to the attention of the Metropolitan Police. Between the year 2000 and 2021, 9 incidents were flagged about David Carrick, which included allegations of rape, domestic violence and harassment. We now know that the force is reviewing allegations of domestic abuse or sexual offences from the past 10 years. It involves 1,633 cases and 1,071 officers and staff.
I've announced an internal review into police dismissals.
It's a look at how effective the disciplinary system is to ensure the public feels it's fair and efficient. Home Office officials will examine disproportionality in dismissals and the consistency of decision-making at misconduct hearings.
None of this can undo the suffering of Carrick's victims.
It's too late for all the warm words in the Home Secretary's statement. What is she actually going to do to make sure that standards are raised?
So another review, report, inquiry, name it what you will, to add to several that have been conducted over the last decade into the issue of sexual misconduct within police forces. In 2012, a report released following the jailing of a Northumbria police officer for numerous sexual offences set out guidelines to ensure for the prevention, prediction and investigation of this kind of case. A year later, after a Cleveland officer was sent to prison for sexual offences, an investigation found his behaviour was allowed to flourish and that red flag behaviour hadn't been tackled. According to the Policing Inspectorate, a series of reports published from 2014 to 2015 provided forces with ample warning about predatory officers and should have set off alarm bells. Then in 2016, the same body published its report recommending that within 6 months all forces should have started to implement a plan to achieve the capability and capacity required to seek intelligence on potential abuse of authority for sexual gain. Further strategies and guidance on sexual misconduct were published from 2017 to 2019. A report published by the Policing Inspectorate in 2019 stated that while many forces had listened to recommendations on sexual misconduct and were making changes, others had lagged behind. Then, in the wake of Sarah Everard's murder, further reviews and inquiries were initiated. Historically, reviews have done absolutely nothing.
I think I haven't seen the detail of the review. I don't know what that's going to require. I think what there needs to be is something more than the Metropolitan Police, or indeed policing it in and of itself, assuring the public that things are okay. I think that there needs to be some really innovative thinking about how the public can get a view into what's happening within the Metropolitan Police, that they can see that there's an independent assessment which is potentially very transparent.
Mark Rowley, the Commissioner, says the force has put more officers into fighting corruption, as well as launching a new anti-corruption and abuse command. And by the end of March, he says, news of 2 more reviews, one completed and one just beginning.